when you're preparing Tell Me About Yourself, you want something that's pretty tight, and it's sort of an introduction, and you want it to be short, and you want it to have three different parts. And some people have called this like past, present, and future. And I like that kind of framing. So you need to set the first thing is to set up in the person's mind, listener's mind, who you are. So something like, okay, my name is Austin. I've been an engineering manager for X years. And then I think it's nice to add a little bit of personal context there. And I love engaging, mentoring and helping people grow, right? Some kind of personal hook there that helps the person remember you in a sense, right? They may be doing a lot of interviews, but also gives them something to think about as they're asking you follow-up questions. So that's that first part. So one sentence, right? That's the like past. The present framing can be something that is a big accomplishment that you have done recently, ideally recently. And this is something like, in my current team, I've had an opportunity to build this project, has produced this business result, something like that. And this is kind of like, how many, can I put some feathers in my hat as I'm talking about myself? And oftentimes these are the kinds of projects that you want to follow up with later, and you want to get a chance to tell later. So seeding those projects into the listener's mind is really good. And I think that I just want to emphasize that the key part here is not to describe the project in detail, but to give a quick understanding of what the project is. Sometimes it can be useful, especially for like mid-career engineers or junior engineers, to talk about the tech stack that they are working on. So I built this project, in Java, and then it brought about this business result. So that's the part that most people fail to include. This is the same kind of advice you get on resumes when you're asked to add, okay, what was the performance impact, or like what was the revenue impact, or what was the engagement impact for this project that you worked on. So having that really helps to, one, set the scope of which you're operating, like how much impact can you have in an organization, and two, I think it grounds your work in business value, or grounds your work in the real world. And a hiring manager is hiring you not to just code and use technology. They are hiring you to bring about some change in the real world, and they want to see that you connect those two things. So the last thing is this future, and this is probably what most people leave out. Honestly, they sort of talk about themselves. They say something about themselves. They may have said what they've done or what teams they've been on, and then they kind of peter out, and they're like, they don't really know how to end. And a really strong way to end and kind of hit the ping pong ball back to the interviewer is to talk a little bit about what they want to get out of the role, or why the role is interesting to them, or where they're going in their career.